Well, hello. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to do a socially distanced gardening video. So I've got my mask on and we'll just take a look. There's some hail damage, some insect damage, one or two weeds that got away from me. Oh, and the car is missing. All around a rotten 2 weeks, and one of the reasons is the car broke down. And it was just a sensor that was broken. But, I live in a small town in the middle of nowhere, so it takes forever to get the sensor. So I've been about 2 weeks without a car, along with various other personal things, including, well, I'll get into it on Friday. Hasn't been a good 2 weeks, but hey, school's starting soon, so that's good. And I'm on my way to pick up the car after I filmed this. And need to finish is patching the paint on my siding on the house, but I'm waiting for some cooler days so it doesn't bake on. When I first started it, it was just between those two stumps. I didn't go to this side of them or quite as far to the alley, but it has expanded. Still haven't turned, and now school's starting, so I better get on that. Squash plant. I was going to get some squash flowers, but oh well, we'll live. There's one. And I've got some baby squash starting here. There is the enemy over by the carrots, but at least when everything's this size, those aren't the problem anymore. I did see a really cute little one in the garden last night when I was watering. Yeah, eat the weeds, you little creep. But I actually was hoping to pickle some and make some other stuff, and thanks to the car being broken down, I haven't been to the grocery store in 4 weeks. So they're fine on the plant, but it was a good time to pick a bunch and start something new with them, start some new growth. Over here, you can kind of see some of the hail damage, but this is a little more sheltered back here. Let's see, I did see a baby squash in here, so there it is. Let's see if we can get you in there. Yeah, so there's a baby squash. And just another look at some peppers. They're growing. Squash took a bad beating in the hail, and I see a giant weed that I better pull. And the cucumbers look like hell. They're growing, they're fine. Actually, some of them have pretty good looking tops. The beets got a little shredded by the hail. They're ready. I was going to pickle some, but again, no car. I wanted to buy some ingredients for pickling, so because some of them are getting kind of ridiculously big. Picked an eggplant the other night, had it for supper. I'm going to do some more eggplant this week, so I think I'm good with eggplant. The okra over here on the other side. I've got a recipe that uses eggplant and okra that makes a good breakfast, I think. So I'll hopefully put some of that up. An okra flower one of these days here, but they are pretty. Did not know that beating too, but I was able to pick some and use them. And over here, the beans need to get picked. I'm thinking about either tonight or tomorrow night, and then freeze a bunch. The summer squash, there won't be any in here because I picked it all, but that's a zucchini plant. There's a yellow squash with some really baby yellows. Tomatoes have some bruising from the hail, but they'll be fine. And there's one that's almost ripe. A couple are showing some rot, but it could be related to the hail. And over here, I've got some little ones ready for me to pick. So if I buy any when I go grocery shopping, when I pick up the car, that's my fault. And again, lots of bruising from the hail on the plants. This has been a disaster. Swiss chard, again torn up by the hail. And one broccoli plant was torn up by tiny black insects that have now moved on. Now they've destroyed everything. Store without a car to pick up dust, which is what I usually use. So I'm just giving up on cruciferous crops. I'm going to pull them all and compost them. I mean, maybe I can get something out of this mesh yet, but why not put spinach there or something? Kind of taken over this bed. I mean, they are invading the tomatoes, they're invading everything. And you can see, again, the hail just shredded the center of that. And some spaghetti squash that might actually be ready to go. There's one. Looks yellow to me. Here's the front yard bed. Hollyhocks are kind of finishing up. I do need to fertilize this bed. And yeah, running the air conditioner because it's 90 some degrees. Used the timer so it turned on just a little before I came home from school. Morning glory grew up, but no flowers, no sign of flowers. And then this bed my mother created. So, doing its thing, but drying up. I might water. I gotta water something tonight. Might do these, or the garden, I don't know. Out front had a rotten start to the year, and most of them didn't come up, or else that stupid rabbit ate them. And then these beans, these oriental beans, I see a few starting to grow. I don't know how to tell when they're ready or not. The ants seem to like them. And actually I have some tomatoes out here, and then the morning glories here are kind of no flowers. Hailstorm took out this tripod, and there's not enough left of the one part to regrow it, so I can't. I do see some flowers on the bean, so I'm just gonna live with it like this, and if the neighbors complain, let them. None of the beans there came up. This is a melon. I don't think is going to do anything. I think this bed needs fertilizer. More peppers that are looking sad, and a tomato plant that, let's see, I see some red there. Let's walk around. Yeah, I see a red tomato there. So all in all, whoops. Yeah, that's right side up. All in all, not a banner year for the garden. It was looking good, and I just kept thinking, oh, I gotta film it, I gotta film it. And then we had the 2 hailstorms in 1 week. That took care of it. Car, so I can't pick up stuff for pickling. I'm just behind on a lot of stuff, and now school's starting, so. Well, I'll talk about some of this on Friday during Pens and Use. I'm actually going to film the writing part today, and we'll see when I get around to the other part. So, that was interesting. Hope it wasn't too depressing as I felt like I was narrating it. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.